Hollywood has devised a new form of kinesics that can never be truly replicated in the real world. And in the application of these patterns, we have invented new, modern ideals tailored only to the body. This is modern material spiritualism, shackled to our limbs. And you can often see this with, if you go out in public, you can find both man and woman carrying themselves in a way that is almost, we recognize to be some sort of acting. They are performing, they want to be cool, they want to be loved, they want to be liked, they want this need, this desire to be recognized, to be classified as some sort of successful public actor. And I'm gonna get into this, but this is, I believe this is one of the downfalls of the existence of Hollywood, of what it's done to our psyches collectively. So, why do we ignore these facts of spectating cinema? We know cinema not to be true, and we know it to be a second-hand production of life, and yet we spend our time completely hypnotized by it. Inside, the actors deliver patterns of ideals that are retracted from the psycho-economic life of man. His historical reference, his ancestral pride, his modern soul. But they themselves also must abide by these laws of receiving these ideals. This is where we enter the God complex division of cinema. The actor delivers ideals, and yet the actor abides by the same ideals. How can the actors be the deliverers of ideals, yet also the worshippers of them? Here we find ourselves struck by the illogical contradiction of modern cinema. It is fundamentally a deranged God complex, and the spirit of cinema is an egotistical current that is ran purely on lies. It can never be true. Even if the story is about a true event, the act of filming and acting is both itself ritual, and thus it is always a stab in the dark. There are universal rules specific to the actor that have subordinate value over the more truthful aspects of the actor's conscious social capabilities. Let's not forget that the actor has become the actor. He was not born this way, or nor does he appear this way. He's been crafted. We have been deceived into viewing actors as people playing characters. Yet notice how every character is aesthetically unique from every other character, yet all of them perform under the same instruction, following the same rules and with the same value, as if there is an absolute general rule to acting rather than to the techniques used to act. In this realm of art, cinema is obviously a vital conduit that enables immediate confrontation with the unconscious from both parties, actor and spectator. They both gain the same intimacy. Yes, the actor is unleashing the spirit of the character within them, and this is where obviously we applaud them. We applaud this, and we regard this as the pillar of our entertainment. Yet every single character is bound by the same principles. Their eye movements, the synchronicity of the fleeting flock in the scenes, the length of stares, the intensity of delivering monologues, and these kinds of things. As the actor performs his role, both participants, the audience, and the actor are watching the performance. Even if the actor is not self-conscious and is rather so-called living in the moment, it is still not acceptable to believe that both parties are not watching something take place. For the actor, it is happening inside of them and is being shown outwardly, coming from within. For the spectator, they are watching it be performed from within, expressed outwardly, whilst the unraveling performance occurs within them too. Thus, we say, I really feel the passion. This is a great actor. However, every scene in Hollywood shares absolute principles. But why? Who made these rules for performing characters? Surely the true mastery of being an actor enables the character inside to spontaneously influence and steer the soul of the actor. We see this with people like Heath Ledger, you know, and look at his look at where he ended up. So there are some crucial benefits to this in regards to, you know, the strive to perfection in a craft. But again, this is off topic. This dilemma, with its subordinations of expression, has contributed to the divide between actor, celebrities, and the general populace, the spectators. This is the foundation of the division of it. Why we call them celebrities is it's an interesting product of this situation. It's like the old truth that people looked up to, their favorite movie icons. It's rather simple at its core. It isn't only that they display status polished with authenticity, power, sex appeal, and style. It is that they have displayed superior human function. The agility and mastery of their bodies as tools, these conduits of articulated, ancestral, and modern souls. We like to scale and measure the best to worst, and in between, we find our identities somehow hollowed out by the series of events this world of role-playing grants us access to. Their skill to act is beyond attractive. It is the result of being summoned and declaring face-to-face contact with the hidden, most secretive parts of our identities. Why do we like this actor over others? Why do we prefer them in these types of films rather than others? What is this preference allocated to? This preference that we use as weaponry in conversation throughout our social networks, arguing over specific key features of the actor's roles and arcs in the storyline. This preference that leads us to develop like-minded traits in submission, subservient radiation is, quite frankly, what it is. And so I think I have a sort of a section of an essay that I've wrote about the mime, and I think this point here sort of touches on the outlines of this. The same reason the mime is our guide, we tactically endorse his most poignant thesis, relinquishing the futile pursuit of control. We are implored to embrace silence as a conduit to self-discovery. In this silence, we confront the immutable truth. We are all voyagers adrift in the same cosmic vessel. It is not mastery over the cosmos that defines our essence, but rather a harmonious engagement with its turbulent currents. You know, I think that point there illustrates this surface that I'm trying to reach. And And so acting and cinema are not the most sophisticated of art forms. There are many more. The rules of acting throughout history, but particularly in modern day acting, have created a diversion from our unifying spirituality as creatures framed in the divine, whilst sacrificing our integrity under the pressure of the fear of failure, perhaps. And I posit it is for these reasons that we maintain the deception of cinema. Even we can point to the lazy film watcher who selects anything to have on in the background is still participating in the meaning game that cinema circulates around the self. And the process of making a film, even one gathered on evidence, is still not a demonstration of truth. The only way cinema could liberate itself from its desire to be true is to destroy some aspect of their rules, the rules of cinema, and potentially have none. If this were to occur, cinema would collapse because the spectator, the ticket buyer, the watcher, the streamer, the monthly subscriber to Netflix, they all demand delusion over truth. We watch cinema because we want to be lied to. The lies of cinema validate our daily struggle to attain the unattainable, our lives. We invent meaning from these stories because we want to maintain these vaudevillian aspects of everyday life.